Yo, what is going on, guys? Element Games here, back with you for another video, and today we are going to be taking a look at the Legends roster, and we're going to be kind of more so talking about stuff going on like in the game in terms of you know, some of the biggest you know, changes, I guess, in terms of summons and slash characters, which is kind of the ultra rarity itself. Now the Ultra Rarity obviously got introduced with Ultra Goku. Ultra Goku being the first Ultra was pretty hyped for a lot of people. It was definitely a big change in the Legends community for sure, because we had our first new rarity in a whole, when he come out, right before third year, so almost like 3 years. So it was crazy. We're getting a new rarity, but how has it, I guess, affected the game now? Today we're gonna discuss that, kind of just going through all the ultras, seeing how maybe they impacted the game. Now I'm just gonna tell you guys straight out, I don't think the free-to-play ultras really impact the game that much at all. For much, honestly, I think the least impact was probably Vegeta. Just gonna say that right now. I don't really feel like the free-to-play ones are in much of a discussion, but what I'm really talking about here is Ultra Goku and Ultra Gogeta. Now these two have been ravaging through PvP for a pretty long time, a few months now. It's been at least like 6 months or so since Gogeta, almost 6 months. It's 5, but like almost 6 months or so since Gogeta has been reigning terror on the game. And then Blue Kaioken came out a little bit recently, so he's a little bit new, but I'd definitely say he's probably like the best unit in the game. So yeah, it's gotten crazy. Ultras, it seems like Ultras are going to be the new stepping stone in terms of power creep. Now as the 7th anniversary, not 7th, I just whoa 4th anniversary, as the 4th anniversary comes closer to Legends obviously happening in what, like 3 weeks, I obviously expect us to see some form of Ultra character being released, whether it's in the first part or the second part, or if they're gonna do it, an Ultra LF. I could definitely see that happening at some point during the anniversary. Now obviously this guy, as well as Gogeta, seem pretty broken, at least on the release, especially Gogeta. And I feel like when we saw him, obviously we didn't have a Summon Ultra at the point, so seeing him when he was just there with his ominous power, just like, why is he that good? It was crazy. And I definitely think that Kaioken definitely brought that same kind of energy. I would say Gogeta a bit more, just because he was the first Summon Ultra, so he seemed like a little bit way more powerful in terms of, like, you know, just first seeing them. It makes sense, right? As power creep goes on, it'll seem that way. The first one to do something like this, to be this first Summon Ultra, is always gonna look the craziest, unless, you know, this, I guess that kind of goes into what we're talking about, unless the anniversary kind of brings even more further power creep into the game. Now obviously, as I discussed in a earlier video, I was thinking UI Goku is going to be coming into the game. I think he'll be an LF, but I definitely could either see him being an Ultra or an Ultra LF, vice versa. I could see it anyway, really. I do think he'll be there in some way or form, though. Now I also made the prediction of Vegito becoming an Ultra character, which kind of goes hand in hand with, like, I feel like Super Gogeta, like the Majin Buu, you know, Majin Buu arc. I guess I was kind of talking about in the other video I was talking about with the Legends 4th anniversary. But regardless of each one, obviously they're gonna have way more power creep than both these two. I assume, especially if they're an anniversary unit. Which brings us to the question is, how far could they go in terms of power creep before it gets out of hand? It really begs, you know, like, it really forces you to ask the question, like, are Ultras going to be what causes the game's downfall in the future? I could definitely see it for sure. I feel like it's a tough topic because you never know. Maybe they'll handle it a good way, maybe they won't. The fact that we got these two and they've been broken, it doesn't put it in a good direction, because if it keeps on getting like that, especially with the rates for Ultras, because if we actually, hold on, I'm gonna try and find the Ultra banner actually, because that would be actually a good way to show it. But if you look at the Ultra banners, you can see the rates for them are, ooh, yeah, let's go to Ultra Goku. The rates for Ultra units are very, very Yeah, 0.35. 0.35 is what you have to go through to get an Ultra character, and if we're gonna see more of these characters with that type of rate, it's really going to be begging you to save your crystals for Ultra characters for sure. Now, there's the chance that we also see LF characters that are going to be somewhat on par with these Ultra characters, like the androids that just released are very crazy. So we could definitely see LFs that are on par with these guys, but Ultra characters seem like to be the new shiny toy that you want to get, and it's going to force a lot of people to, like, you know, really think smart on how they're going to spend their crystals and how they want to go with how they build teams and such. So I don't know how they're gonna take it forward. I hope they try to do it in a way where it's not too domineering to the point where you're just only gonna want to go for Ultra characters. I think Ultras could be the downfall to Legends, but I also think they could do it right, and they could make it a really fun thing you go for, and it could be really cool. I think what they need to do in order to keep the balance is make sure the LFs are definitely on par with or somewhat on par. You can make the Ultras better, I don't care. Just make the LS somewhat on par or relatable to that level, just like the androids are. Or even, like, you know, there's some LS like Tag Goku and Vegeta are still really good, obviously. Super Saiyan 4 Gogeta, Jiren, perfect Cell with his equip is insane now. Like, there are LFs that are really close to their power, but these two obviously just taking the cake with their power creep in terms of I feel like the rarity probably just have to do something with it. I just want to see them balance it a bit. But yeah, that's pretty much it. There's not much to talk about there. We'll see how it goes. If we see an Ultra for the anniversary, we'll get our third piece of evidence as to how they're going to be handling these Ultras. If they go insane with it, it could be looking a little scary for the game in terms of you know, how spending is going to go, at least for me, because I spend on this game, so it's gonna get crazy. But we'll see how it gets. Hope you guys enjoyed the video there. Make sure you guys leave a like and subscribe if you guys enjoyed that, and I'll see you guys next time. Peace.